Oh man, you were in the store briefly. Why are we playing this and not Sonic Forces, which is currently free?
Stop, Joey, listen to me, okay?
Listen, I know Shadow of the Colossus is on there, but who cares about that? That's not a blue blur.
That's one of the... there have been a lot of like interesting contrasts of PlayStation Plus free games. I think Shadow of the Colossus up against Sonic Forces might be one of the sharpest
It's a very
contrasts.
It's a strong one.
Anyway.
Hey guys, this isn't Sonic.
No, there's, if you've stumbled upon this randomly, which you haven't, I'm Jacob.
I'm Joey.
We are, even though, I'm busy, I guess technically at this point I've finished editing KH3 and it will be continuing, hopefully a few days after you see this, if everything goes according to schedule. Joey and I weren't even going to film this weekend because I got 1,600 other million things to do, but then I was like, I want to film this with Joey, and if we wait another weekend, I mean, it's already irrelevant. It won't be definitely gonna be relevant in a week. So whatever, we'll just do it now.
Listen, if you were in a week-long coma and you're like, whoa, it's out. Well, I don't have the ability to play this on PlayStation right now. I was in a coma and my hands are numb.
What's the newest video about it?
The newest, not the best.
The newest.
So hey, there
she is.
There
so they actually
Aerith or Eris. What are they going with?
They're going with Aerith in the remake, yeah.
Okay.
Because that's what it is. That was what it was in Japanese, or from a purely technical standpoint, it's Erisu.
Yes.
Erisu. But they actually released the full cutscene on YouTube a little while ago. I don't know if you saw this, the full opening.
I sure did.
There's like 2 minutes before this.
Who cares about this nerd stuff?
There's like 2 minutes before this now, because if you recall in the original, there's like a full 60 seconds of just like a star field and droning sound, and then it transitions into, you know, the sparkles coming out of the pipe and down to Aerith. Now it opens with establishing on desert, following a bird through a layer of clouds, smog ? Over some overhead shots of Midgar that feel to an unfamiliar audience perhaps like an establishing shot of a major city, but all you see are like these big, all you see, quotation marks, are these huge towering skyscrapers, right?
Yeah.
And then you see down on the ground level, you see people running around, you see one of the Mako reactors light things up, and then it cuts to this nighttime scene, and it pulls back to reveal what you thought was this big, amazing, awesome city is like one section of this big, amazing, awesome city. Because in all the previous shots, you never can see this.
Yeah. You wouldn't know unless you were one of the millions of people that were familiar with the
original.
No
one's played Final Fantasy VII. Shut the hell up.
Oh, you're right. Who am I kidding?
Though I didn't, until I was playing this on the TV the other night, even though I'd seen the cutscene, I didn't really see the way you can see through the gaps between the plates and see the slum sound underneath.
Now I have briefly played through this, and I wasn't really paying too much attention because I figured we were gonna do this, and I was gonna watch other people play it that cared more than I did. Mm-hmm. And then, but right there when the meteor icon came down, it was like FF7. I was like, whoa, what's happening?
Whoa, somebody hit me. Felt like the game slapped me in the face.
I act like I don't care about this. That's not what I meant. It's one of those where it's like I'm looking forward to the game, but I wasn't like, oh man, it's out. The demo, I can't wait to play it. It's like, I'll play it when it comes out.
I also was not freaked out about the demo because I watched it when it leaked like 2 months ago.
Yeah, but that being said, I am glad that it felt better than I was hoping.
Yeah, so you played the whole thing. I wasn't too eager to leap into this because, as I said before, I watched. Not only did most of this demo was seen at E3 last year. People released videos of that. Then this whole demo leaked like a month and a half ago, 2 months ago, and I watched it not immediately because I didn't care that much. But like 2 weeks later, I was like, I'll go find it. I'll go find a version that hasn't been taken down yet. And then I watched some bits and pieces since it came out properly.
Man, he looks good in this
a week ago or whatever. Apparently, he was the first character they redesigned, and then they kind of worked outward from him.
They did a damn good job.
Yes.
He looks real solid. And there's our anime boy.
I gotta say, this is the best Cloud's hair has ever looked.
Absolutely.
I adore his design in this game. It's fantastic. What I really love, and you can see it especially in a shot where they're in an elevator in a second here, his pants, like it doesn't read overly comical when you're looking at him, his profile here, but his pants are still very baggy and big, and they have that kind of down, like that teardrop shape like they do in the original art, which was really, really big and exaggerated, but since then it's always been trimmed down and streamlined, and in a few seconds there's gonna be some wide shots of him, and you're like, no, those pants are still big and silly, but you know, but it's not distractingly so. It's a good redesign. It's very, very good.
Paul, who goes there?
I've played about half of this so far, personally.
It's not a very long one.
No. It's not at all. You can use square to attack with Cloud Sword and hold square to unleash an attack capable of hitting multiple nearby enemies. And this is the first big thing that I was excited by. Is like, good, okay, you have individual inputs for single attacks.
Multiple times. Hey guys, FF15, not a terrible game. You know what isn't great about it though? The combat, in the sense of it feels terrible. I hate, like, oh, to dodge this, I don't press the dodge button, I hold it and I dodge. Oh, attack, hold the button, and you do it automatically. It just feels wrong.
Well, you can do wasn't there like a frame perfect dodge, like if you dodged exactly when it happens, it was better in 15 or something like that?
Maybe. Yeah, I think there's something like that, but it wasn't frame perfect. It was like, do it within like a second and a half, and you'll just do it.
So here's the thing, Joey, that's important to note, right? I haven't looked at his exact credits, so I could be wrong, but do you know why the combat of this game is so good, and why everybody's like, oh my god, I can't believe Square Enix made like a good combat video game?
And why?
You know why?
Who did it?
The combat designer for 2.
Oh,
KH2.
really?
And you want to know why?
Why?
Because after Kingdom Hearts 2, he was the combat director on Dissidia, like the PSP game, the one that was good. And then he was on Versus 13, so he was on nothing.
I see.
And then he was taken off of it when it became 15 to do this.
Wait, really?
Yes. So he hasn't done a game that people have played since Kingdom Hearts 2.
Yeah.
And normies don't know that Kingdom Hearts 2 is a good game.
They don't know how good it feels. Yeah, so you press the individual button, you do the multiple hits, but if you hold it, then it's big, wide arcing hits that can hit multiple people.
Yeah. So yeah, the ATB gauge fills. I'm sure a lot of people who are watching this probably already know, but we'll go through the details just in case folks don't know. Because people watch demos, they've watched the stuff of E3 and whatnot. ATB gauge fills when time passes and by attacking, also by blocking. We'll get to that later. Once the bar is full, character can perform special actions. Blah blah blah. You press square to open the menu. I mean, not square, X or cross, whatever. Apparently, people have gotten upset at me with the way that I've referred to these things. That it's triangle and square, and then I refer to these as X and O. People apparently are very upset with me.
For me, it's always been interchangeable, and for my Xbox days, I end up calling it B a lot as well.
Ooh, fire extinguisher. Will it break?
No, it won't.
No,
there's not a lot to interact with in this demo.
Well, there are some things to see around here. I don't know if you looked at any of this stuff. So over here,
I went fast.
We have
Fresh,
Benora White quality apple juice. All right, this is a Crisis Core reference.
Okay.
So Benora apples are these apples with, I believe, white or blue skin. I don't remember.
It's blue.
It's blue there, but I could have sworn it was white in Crisis Core. Though I admit I haven't played it. I've only watched it, and I'm not an expert on Crisis Core. But the town that I don't want to get into too much detail about Crisis Core, but two of the key characters from Crisis Core, they come from a town that's known for Benora apples. And as Japanese video games and anime are wont to do, the Benora apple becomes an important symbol, which basically just means that it keeps showing up and people keep talking about it, but it doesn't mean anything.
Yeah. Just like
I'm being mean.
Just like the noodles in FF15.
Yeah. Yes. just like the noodles. But yeah, so no, this is our first expanded universe of Final Fantasy reference, though. As has been discussed, they're not treating this remake as if like, okay, we're redoing 7 now, considering Crisis Core and Before Crisis and Dirge of Cerberus and Advent Children canon. That's not what they're doing either. No. But they are probably gonna be incorporating a handful of elements from those games, probably more as just minor references and expanding the role of one particular character. Don't want to talk about things too much because there are people who are gonna play FF7. They don't know stuff. Nope. Some people may not know things. Mm-hmm. So whatever. Air Music Gallery. We are music lovers. Now, there's a couple other things over here that are interesting. See the world through her eyes with Shinra X sensor technology. It's just, an ad for a camera. Okay. Whatever. Elegance, some kind of shopping, some kind of high fashion purse you can buy.
Of course, probably Louis Vuitton.
Hair tonic, ideal scalp care for astonishingly radiant and spiky hair.
All right. There we go. So maybe it's canon that every day he wakes up and just does it.
And the most important thing to me is to consider that was written. The journey of that was written probably by a Japanese person first and then translated into English, and the joke survived, and the joke was written in the first place.
Yep.
I don't know.
Great.
Maybe there are Square Enix employees in other countries, obviously, so perhaps some of this stuff was outsourced. You never know. A lot of these types of things are often outsourced to other companies. I don't know what the case was with this game. Red. Okay, yeah, Red Lord, I believe. Red Lord energy drink, and mineral water clear. Icicle.
Icicle.
Okay.
That's fine.
When I was looking at that last night, I was like, my brain was skipping, trying to remember the name of the ice town from the game, and I was like, no, you moron, it's Icicle.
You got this. Yeah, what'd he say?
Ice cycle.
Ice cycle.
Huh, beat him up.
Guarding and evading. You can defend against enemy attacks by pressing R1 to guard or O to evade. See, I did it. No, I didn't do it. I should have said circle. I did it wrong again. Successful guard reduces the amount of damage suffered and also charges your ATB gauge. There does not appear to be, from what I have seen, any kind of... That was me hitting X on accident.
Oh, okay.
There does not appear to be, as far as I can tell, any kind of perfect parry system or anything like that. Hold on.
Try harder.
Oh, so that was one of the quick commands, wasn't it?
Yes, so yeah, so I like I said, I was messing around with the systems a little bit. So you can hold down L1 when you're in combat to not have to open your command menu, basically, and you can slot 4 things in the same way that you do in, for example, a Kingdom Hearts video game. What do we got over here? More mineral water advertisements. We work hard so you can live well. Shinra Construction.
Well,
what
thanks, guys.
we do for Midgar and for you. Shinra, merging innovation with creation. Wow. Amazing.
I love my big corporations.
I love Shinra. They make so many amazing products.
Wow, a chest.
Fairly simple.
Yeah.
Pop that sucker
I hope it's not a
open.
potion.
It's a potion. Oh well. Don't worry, Joey. There's a better chest over here that I hadn't seen until I played this by myself.
I found it. Whoa, I hope it's not a potion.
It's grenades, which I didn't... I'm sure I must have seen them at some point, but had totally forgotten until last night that there are actually hand grenades in this game, like there were in FF7, and they're selectable.
Yeah, I got those and I still didn't use them. I forgot.
They burn ATB gauge in the same way that other items do, but you can literally... You pick an enemy to throw them at. Now, the only thing that is like, at the beginning of a battle when enemies are bunched up, you don't have ATB, so you can't be your opening bid,
sadly.
Which was my thought process, but...
Hey, maybe
but
later on you can equip an item that it's like, oh,
you always start with 1 pip of ATB. Yeah, it could be possible. From the main menu, you can inventory whatever, blah blah blah. I don't care about
inventory stats and buy the game.
Before we move on to cutscene, I want to look at the things in here. Okay. So this is our customization, right?
Braver and focus thrusts are our abilities.
That's all we have right now on that front. And then on items, we have potions, ethers, and grenades. Spell, just fire. Limit breaks is already here. And I guess it's just because you hit the limit break button. There's no shortcut for it, I guess. But I guess that means the character can only have 1 limit break equipped at a time.
I think
but that's the same way as FF7 worked originally, anyway. I do want to go ahead and just so that I can use it more easily. Not that I can. I guess more easily is opening the time stop menu, but whatever. Quicker. I don't care. Dear, small amount of fire damage. Amazing. We're gonna be back in some of these menus again later, and it's just a couple more things that I want to look at. But the one thing I do like about this menu: scroll over something, and the new pip is gone, so you don't have to open all this garbage.
Good.
I mean, realistically, I'll stop and read all this stuff anyway, but we don't need to go through all this right now.
No, it's fine.
Boxes of Shinra property. I love that the destructible thing in the world of destroy to get drops is it's Shinra property, so it's okay.
We're good.
So it's fine. Don't worry about it. But just looking at all those stats, I started playing Final Fantasy XII again recently, and I finally took the plunge on trying to understand the damage statistics in that game. Every weapon in FF12 has a absolutely insane equation of the stats that go into it to determine its damage output. It's nuts. It's bonkers. That. But anyway, gameplay. I don't believe that I mess with any of this actual stuff really, but I do want to mess with this. I don't need all this is too much. All this is too much. Get rid of all that garbage. I'll listen with my ears. I guess for Let's Play purposes, I'll let you guys see that, but the chat log, it clutters the screen so much.
It really does.
Regardless, and then that determines whether or not...
Who needs all that screen anyway?
That determines whether or not your controls show up on the screen, which I've seen a lot of Japanese games in particular doing recently. I think it's this continued lack of confidence that like Japanese video game players know how to play action games by RPG studios. Because 15 did this. Did Automata do this? I don't know. There's been a bunch of games that I've seen do this recently.
I think it does a little bit.
And
it's been so long that
it's fine right now where we're not in combat. But note next time when we're in combat, there's a bunch of extra crap on the screen. It's not as invasive in this game as it is in some other ones. Like in Final Fantasy 15, there's like almost every button on the controller is on the right side of the screen telling you what it does.
Do this. It had Monster Hunter did that.
How am I supposed to read that when I'm playing a video game?
Monster Hunter did that really bad, where it was just like. And it would like tell you, it's like you combo, and it's like, and this was only at the very beginning. I'm pretty sure it gets turned off automatically. You can turn it off for something, but I remember it's just like do this, and it'll tell you. It's like, it was in the top right or top left, and it's like circle does this, triangle, triangle, triangle does this, triangle, 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 triangle does this, and it's just
too much. You gotta stop. So I was in here. There's some really nice features in here. So camera distance in battle and outside of battle.
That's dope. I like that.
Camera repositioning. Does it recenter itself behind the character automatically or not?
Cool.
Attack target correction. Change the setting for automatic camera adjustment when attacking off-screen targets. So if Cloud starts swinging at something that you can't look at, will the camera isn't currently focused on, will it automatically turn to look at them? Camera slope angle. The camera changes angle to match sloping terrain if you're standing on a hill or a ramp or whatever. Camera pulls back to show a wider area when the character is moving.
Okay.
Camera responsiveness, sensitivity, yeah. And then inversion or not. Change who the camera focuses on when issuing commands to allies in battle. So if you're in the pause screen and you're doing commands for your party members, will the camera leap around to show them? Or if you're like, I don't care, I don't need to see them, I just want to pick the thing out of the menu, stop disorienting me, you can turn that off.
But no, these are good.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff in here. And so this is the other thing. So you know how Kingdom Hearts keeps changing its lock-on system? It's like, okay, do you press the button to cycle through them, or do you move the stick and hold down a button to cycle through them?
Can you change? Oh, very cool. Good.
Do you want to use the right stick to lock onto a specific target and then R to switch targets, or R3 to lock onto a specific target and then direction pad to switch targets? And then also, when switching, input direction or switch in order.
Cool.
So you can make it the stick, or you can make it the buttons, and you can make it whatever you pointed towards, or you can make it next thing designated by the game.
Yeah, no, more options like this are always a good thing. Like sometimes there's the argument that if you add too much, people won't know what to deal with it. But it's like whatever, then just make the default the intended, obviously, like you already are gonna do.
Target switching during a combo. Fix the target when performing a combo using attack. Enable target switching when performing a combo using attack. Cannot use while locked onto a target. So if you're not locked on, if you're just, free, the auto lock on, that this game has and the Kingdom Hearts has and whatnot, if you start comboing an enemy and someone gets closer, will Cloud pivot and hit them instead, or will it stay on one target that you're hitting? Will he freeform shake around or not, and then vibration and screen shake? That's a lot of options, my guy.
It's a lot more than I was expecting to see, because I didn't mess with that when I played.
Ton of stuff in there, and I'm not gonna spend a lot of time fiddling with them right now. Obviously, you saw I changed a couple of them, but that's all I'm gonna do for right now. What's your
So
why are you stopping me?
Is he one of us now? He's got balls.
He's trying to get a good old high
What was his
five.
name again?
Cloud Strife.
Right.
You mean I don't get to name my Cloud anymore? What a shame. What a
Unlike
sham.
the rest of us. I'm glad to have him.
This is a one-time gig. When it's done, we're done.
Look how disappointed he is.
He needs to get over it.
I wish we could see him use his grenade launcher in this demo, but we can't.
You'll keep us safe, won't you? Let me check out these dumpsters.
Whoa. Square Enix joke.
Unnecessary. This game looks like they actually put in effort, and
I
they had time, effort, and talent.
This
a
looks like
marvelous combination.
This game looks like it wasn't made by the people that make those Naruto fighting games.
For those who don't know, the people who make those Naruto fighting games were making this game, and then they stopped.
And everything they did got scrapped completely.
Which is, it shouldn't have been in their hands in the first place, probably, but it's a good thing that it wound up back with Square, and not that they aren't still outsourcing to other people, probably. And for all the crap that we've given Kingdom Hearts 3 and whatever, the next Kingdom Hearts game will probably be significantly better done. I mean, that game was the way that it was because everyone who worked on it had been making handheld games for 10 years.
Oh yeah.
They made Chain of Memories on PS2.
Listen, this and then you can only go up from here, Jacob.
I guess you're not right. I don't know. You know, we say that. We say that. But then it went down again with Remind. So like,
you're right. No, going off Remind, it can only go up.
Sure, yes. From Remind, it can probably only go up. Maybe. I really don't know at this point. But enough talk of Kingdom Hearts. Let's talk about a good video game.
Hey, look, there's the thing. There's the
shot.
There's the shot.
And the music
Barrett is so much bigger than you.
So if you didn't, because we were talking and laughing over there, whatever. So the music that plays when you go into the last cutscene, it just continues to play the track wherever you were in the loop, right?
Yeah.
But when they all go through, it fades out during Barrett's line, but it's not completely silent. It's still there, so you can still hear it, and it very subtly fades so that the horns piping up again matches with the shot of looking at the Mako reactor, which is, and this may sound like a silly thing to say, it's just good production. And there's a lot of, and it doesn't work the same way, I imagine, as it does in a linear video editing program where it's easy to do that type of stuff, because these are running in real time. They're not, they're not pre-rendered, which means all this stuff is probably coded, not edited, right? Takes extra work to do that kind of stuff, and they did it because they're trying to go for good presentation.
Exactly.
Get him, boy.
Guard dog.
And it's not to be clear, not that other Square Enix games have consistently bad presentation or whatever. I've said before that I really, really like the cutscene direction in like Final Fantasy XII, for example, and some other games out there. But though I haven't played it, I haven't seen every scene in it. I've seen a good chunk of Nier Automata. I've seen a lot of footage of Nier Automato's cutscenes. And there's a lot of good camera work in that as well. I know I'm not using any of my limit breaks or whatever. I mean, my abilities. This is just because I'm just not paying attention. So don't worry about it.
No, and also right there we saw a mechanic that it will introduce later called Stagger.
That it?
Is that it? Yeah, no, I like how Cloud taunts in the fights.
Yeah. I'm almost afraid because they talk a lot in this. I'm afraid they might talk a little bit too much.
Whoa,
but
I missed
But to be fair, most
chest.
of the stuff they're saying is good.
Yeah. Yeah, no, these dogs are pretty tough.
Yeah, they don't go down easy. But
No,
I suppose if they did, they wouldn't be very good guard dogs, would they?
I guess so. But yeah, I think that move of yours that you haven't shown off yet, where you dash forward, I think that one does extra stagger.
Got it. Okay, so like I said, I haven't done much of it, so I don't know what the actual effects of the abilities are.
Well, you can look at it right here if you go to abilities.
Does it give a description?
Yeah, jump
air
over
and
here.
slash throw with a powerful attack significantly increases stagger. Okay, I was wondering if there was like stuff that in particular, because I was like, are you supposed to?
That gauge
See, I was wondering to myself, are these abilities like you should just hold off on them until an enemy is staggered and not use them?
But it's like now you could use Braver. Or whatever.
Yeah, and I'm using operator mode, which switches him to he moves slower, but he does more damage.
Yes. Nothing to it. You can't block or whatever, and if you dodge, it goes back into operator mode.
Oh, no blocking in that mode? Interesting.
Wait, no, sorry. You can't block ranged attacks, but any melee attack you'll automatically counter.
Oh, got it. Okay. So
We'll get to it.
I probably knew this stuff at some point.
I think you did.
I definitely heard this read this during an interview or whatever. It just been a few minutes.
The one thing I'll say is playing this, it felt weird playing a game like this and not being able to jump.
Yes, agreed. I tried to jump a couple times and kept opening my menu.
Yep. But luckily it slows down time when that happens.
Yes, so you're not going to make any horrible mistakes.
I can't wait to crawl through that hole and not be impeded.
This way.
Not so fast. We've got company.
He pointed that gun right at Cloud's head.
He's got good gun control, it's fine.
It's not good, That's not, no.
I know.
No, what he did is not good. It is bad.
No, it's fine. Listen, you're a bunch of rebels anyway, it's fine.
Look, any military, anybody should have good.
He's not a military.
Good
man.
trigger discipline.
You're a bunch of
good
rebels.
gun
dude.
safety. Why did he point? You shouldn't have pointed that gun at me.
No.
It's bad to do. It was a bad thing to do.
Ah.
Did I hit both of them with that?
Sure did.
Awesome.
Ooh, look how stylish that was. So yeah, also aside from visuals, like the actual combat, like hopefully it won't get repetitive. Hopefully they'll add enough stuff to where this won't get repetitive as you're playing it. But it's like, as of right now, the brief gameplay that we're doing, it feels good. Every hit feels meaty. It feels satisfying. You got a Moogle medal. don't know what those are for.
Moogle Medal, I checked it out. It is a popular collectible, so it is clearly a thing you can sell for additional money to some character that we haven't met yet. Where's the
Or maybe they have a special
medal with a Moogle on it. Popular item among collectors. There's a collector somewhere we can trade that to or sell that to.
There's gonna be one person, and you talk to them. They travel around, and you get big upgrades if you give.
It's remarkable to me that this thing is wide enough to accommodate the Buster Sword. Although it doesn't. The Buster Sword clips very slightly, very slightly.
Very slightly.
Going through this way, it actually clips a little bit less.
That's Shinra technology right there.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's good stuff.
So yeah, no, mostly hitting these mostly just get you potions or health ups for MP recoveries.
I didn't know when I was
MP
playing
yet.
this last night in that little enclave there. That's where I got a Moogle collectible baton. So it is.
So they're not set.
It is randomized. They are random loot drops. Some of these guys, then they go down. They stay down for forever. Like he's really not sure what to do about me.
They're just grunts. These people were not expecting to actually have to guard anything.
No. Good, I need those. I've already used a couple of them. Open door. Okay, I guess I'll hold the. I guess you aren't voice activated. That's fine.
Nope.
Cloud,
and you have to hold the button. Something I didn't figure out immediately because I was in a party talking to people and I was pressing the button. I was like, why button not do thing?
I only knew that because I saw some footage of the game the other day where people had to hold button and I was surprised. Can I Oh,
hey, what do you have?
Okay, I tried to talk to him last night and the prompt did not show up. Maybe I just didn't hang out long enough.
Maybe.
There it is. You can see it from behind. That's the tower. That's where the big men live.
That's a pretty good shot. You know, it's been so long since you and I actually played this game that there's so much I don't remember about it. Wow, there it is. There's the one. Reactor.
The one. One.
Soldiers may attack on command, but I hear they make good guard dogs too. Bet you've seen a few reactors. So how do we get to the bridge above Mako storage? Ain't holding out.
Hey, so I got I was gonna ask this when I was playing this game. I meant to text you and ask, but I didn't know, or I forgot to. I mean, so do they in Advent Children and stuff? Is it Mako in that, not Mako?
I'm not sure anybody ever says Mako or Mako. How did they just pronounce it?
He just said Mako, and
I'm not sure.
It was driving me nuts.
I'm not sure anyone ever says Mako or Mako or anything of the sort in Advent Children because nobody uses it anymore. I know that at one point Barrett calls Cloud on the phone. He's like, "Oil, Cloud! I just found the biggest damn oil field you've ever seen." And it's like, he's talking about it as like, "Yay, alternative energy to Mako." More fossil fuels. Which is kind of very funny where the further away we get from that movie. But,
Damn, I'm good.
Damn, I'm good.
Damn, I'm good. Yeah, so right here in particular, I tried to throw a grenade at him, but I did not have the ATB necessary, but that's all right.
It's over.
That's my line.
I love how much of it, like this. They've talked about this. Nomura in an interview very recently, specifically, I feel like I read this in an interview with him. It was an interview with somebody on the game. Talked about Cloud as a character in this game. Sometimes when he is trying to be cool, it doesn't work. Like he called out the exact stuff that people talk about. He's like, Cloud is not quite as cool as he tries to be sometimes. And I love his lame "that's my line" bit there. Oh, it's so very lame.
We can take it.
Okay, all right, so I just pressed triangle while I was rolling, and it allowed me to do that, so that's good. Okay,
Yeah.
so that doesn't...
I didn't quite figure out all the little quirks with it, but I know sometimes switching, like, attacks, like, you don't just switch, you also do an attack when you do it, and I'm not quite sure.
Because one of the problems with, like, KH3 is when you try to switch keyblades, it's like, it's a half a second of time. Like, it takes time to do it. When you're moving, it doesn't matter, but like you can't do it in between attacks or whatever else. So it has to be in a neutral position to do it. So I can, I don't know, maybe you can do it when you're rolling. I'm not sure. There are ways to expedite that process, but you can't do it like in combos and whatnot. But no, so I can switch during a roll. That's actually really good. Because if that ate time when you were getting shot by people, that'd be lame. Punisher mode, Cloud moves more slowly, but Square unleashes a more powerful attack than usual. In addition, Cloud launches a counter blow every time he guards against an enemy's melee attack. He cannot, however, guard against ranged attacks or magic. So he doesn't auto-guard, he auto-counters when you guard. But these guys have guns, so that's not going to do me much good right now.
No. It's one of those things where after I read that, I meant to test it in the next area, but I never did.
Now.
You're welcome.
Enjoy that.
Whoa!
There we go.
I wonder if you could get hurt by that.
Probably. Who knows?
Then let's move.
He always knows just what to say.
Cut it out.
So for those who don't know, obviously Jesse was into Cloud in the original game, but they have really, if you've watched any of the trailers, you probably know this already, but boy
howdy.
Boy is Jesse really, really fond of Cloud.
Simmer down, hotshot.
What do you mean simmer down? I was doing my job, I was getting you guys through here. I killed the people, it worked just fine. That's going to be a plot point, I'm sure. That's going to be a new character introduced, somebody who works in the company who's a traitor to the corporation.
Probably.
They probably won't really be a traitor, though. It'll all be a setup.
Oh, no. Say it ain't so.
Who knows? We'll see what happens. We will see what happens. No. I forgot to look at this sign last night, and as soon as I saw it in the cutscene, I was kicking myself. So what does this say? Prohibited items, flammable substances, toxic substances, corrosive agents, and unauthorized dangerous goods. Well, I think a lot of things could fall under that.
I was going to say, that's so broad. It's so broad on purpose, obviously.
We can't afford any more mistakes.
Okay, so that was interesting. Did you notice that? When I ran into him there?
Yeah, he moved.
He moved, and I kind of reacted. So he actually moved. Yeah, okay. Now he goes back to a neutral position that he's supposed to be in, but he does actually. Interesting. All right, he's not cemented to the ground there.
That, but I like that because that prevents any of the problems in the past where it's like that you have with games where it's like, oh man, I got to get to this point, but this NPC is just impeding me.
That's nice. All right.
I'd love for him to just be like, cut it out.
Cut it out. Well, we are going to get to some interesting optional dialogue in a second here.
Yep.
Something that I don't know if you know about this or not, but there's something I found out about the other day, and I was like, that's so specific that it must be real, but I'll investigate to be sure.
Are you guys close?
Did you notice that the scraps of the Shinra box were in the shot there? At Jesse's feet?
That was cool.
So it's still rendered into the space.
Tifa and I.
I love how much he just pushes you away in this. He just bumps into you, moves you out of the way. It's great.
See that shot in particular, you can see how silly the pants are.
Yeah.
That was the one I was thinking of. Like, it's still silly, it's true to the design, but it's low-key enough that it's not, like, distracting. It doesn't make him look silly. Also, I don't know if that's a projection or if that's, like, actually what it looks like outside the windows. But I note, when looking out those windows, that the city does not look that great.
No.
It's really not the best rendering of the city, right?
It looks like a JPEG.
Awesome. Awesome.
Rest assured.
I hate... This is what I keep getting so mad at this bullshit in these games. The amount of money they have to spend.
It's like, it doesn't need to look good.
It doesn't matter. It does not matter at all.
Why you shit? It's here sucking up Mako. It doesn't rest and it doesn't care. You do realize what Mako is, don't you?
You mean Mako?
Mako is the lifeblood of our world.
Why does he keep saying it like that,
The
Jesse?
planet bleeds green like you and me
Why does he
bleed
keep
red.
calling it that?
The hell you think's gonna happen when it's all gone, huh? Answer me! You gonna stand there and pretend you can't hear the planet crying out in pain? I know you can!
I love
Hear
it.
that?
Damn straight I do!
Get help.
That was the line that I remember people talking about in a couple of articles after E3, and I was like, great, awesome, good. These characters are like assholes.
I'd worry less about the planet and more about the next 5 seconds. Save the screaming for later.
I'm also gonna say I know that some people are upset about the recasting. I'm not to be rude to any of the old actors who played these characters or anything, but I'm quite happy about the recasting personally, at least tentatively. I shouldn't say I'm quite happy about it. I should say that I'm happy that they felt free enough to do that, I guess, because all the actors who were cast to play these guys before, they were not playing these characters. They were playing the Advent Children version of these characters, or the Crisis Core version of these characters. Not Steve Blum. God, he's definitely not the guy. Steve Burton, I believe, the guy who has been the voice of Cloud since Kingdom Hearts 1. He's done a good job playing Cloud. He has also never played Cloud. As far as I am concerned, he's never played the character from this game, or I should say from the original game. I don't know about, the character from the remake so exactly yet. We aren't that far in, but the personality's always been just a little bit off from the way that he was written originally. And now that doesn't mean that this voice actor is necessarily going to do a better job, but I do think that if they bothered to recast, it's probably because they're taking these characters in a different direction. It's not like they were doing celebrity stunt casting. I don't know any of the people that they hired to play the characters now. The only celebrity stunt casting they've ever done for the series was when they cast a Backstreet Boy as Sephiroth in Kingdom Hearts 1 and then never brought him back again. But that is one thing, though, thinking back on it, because I recently realized Joshua was asking me a question, and I was like, how old is Sephiroth? And I looked it up. Sephiroth is supposed to be, like, in his mid-20s or something. And I was like, no, I'm going to pretend that I didn't see that. But with that in mind, Lance Bass or whoever voiced him in Kingdom Hearts 1 actually probably sounds the most appropriate, because everybody's like, it's good to see you, Cloud. It's like, hey man, remember that time when we were in high school together?
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah. Well, I'll talk more about that in just a second. Barrett, he's got ranged attacks. He's got a gun that he goes bang bang with.
And it goes bang bang like that. Bam.
Overcharge. Press triangle while control of Barrett to deliver a heavy hitting attack. That's what I just did. That fills a large portion of his ATB gauge. Once unleashed, it takes a long time to recharge the attack. Pressing triangle, however, will speed up the process. So he doesn't have a altered mode like Cloud does.
He just has big damage all at once.
He has the big move, and it's also good for his gauge, which I now already have a slot of. So Steel Skin temporarily reduces damage and how easily you're interrupted. All ATB charges to unleash a concentrated burst of energy. Yeah, whatever. Let's just go ahead and kill this thing.
Yeah, go for it.
I don't want it around. I want it gone. Get out of my life, Sonic! Interesting. Okay, I think that might have actually done less damage than the overcharge move.
No, the overcharge move does insane damage. Like,
yeah, okay, his limit break does less damage than overcharge. I was just curious. Not his limit break. It wasn't a limit break. It was just an ability. And to be fair, filling ATB just faster than filling that charge meter. It seems like switch between different characters depending on the battle situation.
Yeah, no. When you're actually when you're actually just pressing the button to recharge it, it takes like 5 or 6 of the arm pumps to actually do it.
I like the animation when he does that. I wasn't sure what, because I saw that in gameplay. I was like, what is he doing? What is that? Is that a reload animation? Now that I've played it and I understand what it is, I'm quite fond of it.
Yeah.
It does give you that something resembling a tactile reload animation in a game where you don't reload your gun.
Yeah, and as we see right there, even though this game doesn't have a jump button, if there's an enemy above you within a reasonable range, I imagine it's not infinite, your character will jump up to attack them. Feels good, man. Feels good.
I'm fairly pleased with this game's game feel.
You can also
I'm fairly pleased with the smell of this game. Yeah, they're about to teach us about sprinting.
More than your pride if you're careless. They'll cut you down to size and then some. But I'm guessing
she says that, but they only actually do like
they do like 10 damage. 10 damage, 40 damage.
It's like 10 damage, but you when you get hit by it,
take multiple hits. 4 times. Okay. I love that. I love how the numbers, you can process them so quickly and they mean something. We had a discussion about this recently in a video that won't come out for a month, but whatever. Move outside of battle. Whoa,
wow,
yeah.
You can sprint by pressing the standard sprint button or the triggers.
But if it's the main difference is with the stick. If you click in the stick, he will do this until you come to a complete stop, even if you're running straight into a wall. So if you know you're going to want to be sprinting for a while, clicking it just locks you into it until you actually stop. Whereas holding it, you let go and he stops sprinting. But anyway, oh wow, lasers! I gotta dodge through them. Oh no, ugh.
Wow. Whoa. Whoa. Pay more attention.
Oh wow, ouch.
Yeah,
ouch,
see,
Cloud.
now that time it actually does hurt.
Oh boy, Cloud, that was painful.
What are you trying to do right here?
Sorry, couldn't help myself.
Jesse's amused by what I'm doing.
Soldiers sure can take a beating.
He's impressed with how much damage I can take. I'll go ahead and eat one of these just in case.
Delicious.
Ah, moist and delicious.
Trying to get hit?
No, shut up. I'm trying my best.
You sure you were a soldier?
Well, there, it's like it'll cut you down to size. Or maybe she said that. Whatever. One of them said that.
No, she said that, yeah.
Do you have a fetish or something?
Oh. Huh. Alrighty.
That's what I wanted.
There's a fine line between being daring and being dumb. Food for thought.
Yeah, I didn't get hit enough. I didn't know.
Anyway, yeah, no, that's the last thing she says
That's
is
fun.
about the fine line between what'd she say? Between
Daring
being
and-
daring and being stupid.
Yeah.
So we could just go through here to avoid all of the laser beams.
No.
I guess this thing's radioactive, perhaps. Warning: hot surface. Nah, dude, we could just not step
hot.
on the metal.
No, dude, it's emitting heat. It's fine. More
whatever.
than these lasers.
These fences, they stop the heat. They provide a hot
She's
shelter.
a natural,
one could
she
say.
says, after all that.
Yeah, she doesn't. Yeah, I don't think they expect you to get hit that many times. But boy, I saw a comment about if you hit the lasers enough times, Jesse asks if he has a fetish, and I was like, that is so specific. That has to be real, but I cannot believe it. So I had to. I had to investigate for myself. Also, I noticed this last night. I'm pretty sure that's one of the boxes that I destroyed upstairs, and it fell through the floor.
Very cool. This game's gonna be rated M, right?
I believe it's rated T.
Really?
I don't know if it has an official
says-
ESRB rating yet.
He says shit a whole lot.
Oh, you can get away with that.
I know you can,
It's
but
just like
I
in
thought-
PG-13 movies.
Yeah, but it's like you get one in PG-13.
No. In PG-13 movies, you get one F-bomb.
Oh, is it?
PG-13 movies, you can say shit as many times as you
Oh,
want.
really?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, in the Uncharted games, they're all T, and they say shit a lot.
Okay.
Almost at our objective.
Should I now here's the question.
Should
do
you
I
censor it?
Do I censor us swearing in a game where everybody is swearing already?
But
Because
I mean-
typically I censor us when we swear.
You do, but I don't know. I mean,
This is the
you
question.
can hear it said on TV as well.
I don't believe I censored it when we read dialogue in FF7.
Well, we're having a discussion about it right now. It's not a reactionary thing.
Who knows?
We're having a gentleman's discussion.
A gentleman's discussion about expletives. A gentlemanly and adult conversation about
Go
offensive
fight
and
this
rude
thing that looks kind of like a
terminology.
car.
No, it's a sweeper, dude.
Yeah, but it also looks
It's a
like
street
a car.
sweeper.
Yes, a street sweeper.
It,
You are
it
correct.
sweeps the streets of the riffraff.
Man, need
You
to
have to hit it with
magic.
magic. Oh,
What kind of
okay.
magic?
Oh, he won't let me do it?
It's because he doesn't
Oh, no,
have
no,
ATB
no,
yet.
none of the ATB, that's why.
There's fire. Doesn't seem to do anything specific that I know of.
I know that one of the later ones it specifically hit him with lightning to overload
Yes.
its circuitry.
And this thing is also a robot.
Ooh, hitting enemies with certain attacks and dealing large amounts of damage will temporarily knock them off balance, and pressure will appear underneath their gauge. When this happens, pelt them with spells and abilities to quickly fill their stagger gauge under the life bar. Once it is full, you can stagger them. The gauge fills faster depending on abilities and magic use, as well as the foe's vulnerabilities. Find the most effective attack to quickly finish off each enemy. I assume it was just the finisher in my operator mode there, unless Barrett did something.
Well, I think specifically, like, that comes up when pressured happens. And pressure
I really
just-
like that the dialogue keeps going during the stopped time.
Yes.
Oh, he still doesn't have enough ATB. Close, though.
He's trying. No, not yet.
Come on, Barrett.
Now it is. You can tell because it's glowing bright.
Oh, we might just be able to get him to... We might be able to just fill the meter with that. Nope. Okay, nope. He had to get back up. I shouldn't have gotten greedy there.
All right, stagger him, dude.
I'm doing it. I'm on it.
There we go.
Come on.
Oh, no.
Almost.
So yeah, you're doing that finisher by holding square, and it combos, but I don't know exactly what the most efficient way to do it
I assume
is.
it's similar to the to the difference between a long range attack and attacking multiple people, and it's a similar thing where he does something different if you hold and if you just tap.
Yep. Staggered. There we go. There's the tutorial I was talking about.
Using unique abilities, stagger foe will quickly boost your ATB gauge. Boost the ATB gauge quickly so you can unleash more attacks and spells.
Beat him up. Big damage time. I can't tell you how many times I actually whiffed Braver when playing this.
Seriously?
I figure I never did it point blank because he jumped. I assumed you would jump like a lot closer to him, and I just whiffed it all over the place. That's not the
Almost.
game.
There we go.
That's me being bad at playing it. We did it.
What are you, 20-something?
This is a great exchange.
Oh yeah.
Soldier first class. Doesn't go into the 20s.
The hell you talking about? I mean your age, not your goddamn rank. Though for all I know, a soldier's rank could be the same as his age. Guess that make you a 1-year-old, huh? Live and learn.
I really love his inflection when he's like, I'm talking about your age, not your goddamn rank. I went too far with it. He's really low key. I'm talking about your age, not your goddamn rank. He's just like confused.
And I love that Cloud's like,
So unconcerned with his own personal details.
There it is. Just take a soak in it.
That's our target, the reactor core. Gotta set the bomb at the bottom.
Whoa. Whoa, she's fast.
That's not her speed. Okay, so if you hold down sprint on this, then he does the video game ladder.
I didn't test it, but I didn't come across that. Or I didn't test beyond pressing a button once or twice. I'm like, maybe.
I love how Barrett says, I can practically taste the Mako in here. Let's hurry up. And I'm like, has he ever been in a reactor before? For all he knows, this could be the smell of just mechanics. Does he know what Mako smells like?
He's just excited. See, look, he's been dreaming about it for years.
Heads up, boys. The end's in sight.
What would drinking Mako be like? Would that be bad?
I would assume it would be very bad.
Can't go that way.
Down the ladder, dummy.
No, dummy. That's
warning.
That's for the full game.
Warning.
Aw, you're choosing me over the reactor? That's sweet, but I'll wait my turn. Go blow her mind.
Pouring it on a little thick, aren't we?
The what was I gonna say? Crap. The what was I just talking about? Darn, I've lost it now.
Darn.
Oh, was it? No, crap, I've lost it. I don't know what I was gonna say. Darn, I'm gonna remember when I'm editing and I'm gonna be really upset.
It's fine. You'll add a little note.
It wasn't important. It was just gonna be like a joke. Now the video's not gonna be funny.
Oh no, we gotta cancel it now.
Gotta cancel
Start
the
all
video.
over.
I think it had something to do with him saying I've been dreaming about this for years, but I don't remember. Who cares? Just gone.
God.
I don't want to deal with those sentry things. Just go away. I have no interest in you. Be gone.
You think if we fell in, we'd sink right down to the bottom? To the planet's core?
No. The pump would suck us back up.
How comforting.
That reminds me of there was an incident recounted by one of the first officers, one of the top-ranking people who got off, like I think one of the highest-ranking officers who got off the Titanic, where he was still on board when it went down.
Yeah.
And he was sucked in by, like, the vacuum of, pressure that was being created in the water, and it was all rushing in. He was sucked into the ship, and he was like, well, I'm dead. I'm done, right?
Yeah.
And then suddenly, and the assumption is this was the boiler finally exploding, right? Suddenly, extremely hot water rushed right out through the ship and hit him and forced him back up to the surface and launched him out of the ship and back up to the top, and he lived.
Oh man, just like that one part at the end of Sonic's campaign in Sonic 06.
I don't think I even know what part you're talking about. I don't think I've gotten that far in Sonic 06.
You're not a real fan.
It's true, I'm not. I never claimed to be, though.
You didn't waste your Saturday watching the Sonic movie.
Yes, Joey went to go see the Sonic movie. Oh, hold on, before we talk about the Sonic movie, I just remember what I was going to talk about.
Okay.
You were asking about drinking Mako, would that have adverse effects? And it's like Mako poisoning is a whole thing in this universe, dude.
Okay, but so
covered.
is alcohol poisoning.
Yes.
So,
but
people still drink it.
They still drink it.
It looks like a lot of Baja Blast down there. I'm kind of down for it. As I take a sip of the remainder of my Baja Blast.
Oh look, there's more pieces of the... God, these things persist and the physics send them everywhere. More of the stuff I destroyed upstairs. I wonder if that's still going to be there after the boss fight. Because it survived earlier in the cutscene with Jesse.
Yeah.
We'll have to look for it when we're fighting the big boy in a second here. But yeah, Joey finally went to go see the Sonic movie just earlier today.
Yeah, and guess what, everybody? It's pretty fine. It's fine.
Pretty fine, he says.
It was inoffensive. I had some chuckles. It wasn't just filled with reference. Like, it wasn't beating you.
So you're saying that much like Sonic, you did chuckle.
I did chuckle.
Not unlike Sonic.
I'm pretty sure I saw the Sonic Adventure pose.
Those who are unlike Sonic, they do not chuckle. Those who are like him, they chuckle sometimes, from time to time, occasionally.
Who is this Tifa?
Who is this Tifa woman to which you will refer? So this is actually a Eurogamer. A bunch of people did coverage of this, because the same day that the demo released, everybody released coverage of a closed-door press event that they went to, where they played more. They played this and some more sections of the game.
Uh-huh.
And Eurogamer released some footage that they were allowed to release, and they showed, I guess, This is a minor spoiler for literally the first 5 minutes of the game, so I hope nobody gets on my case about this, but I want to talk about something. Oh boy, oh look at that.
What's
so
that?
this is, for one, also this is worth noting that the kind of visual filters that are happening during that are very similar to the visual filters that are used in Advent Children when the characters are having, for lack of a better word, and to not go into it, when the characters are having seizures because of the little disease that exists in that world now. The visual filter looks very similar.
Make your
to that.
decision. An absurd amount of time or an even more absurd amount of time?
Exactly. Pretty cocky, huh? It took us like 5 minutes to get in here, man. This is in the
and
universe.
Like, I could understand
it
if you press the button and then the boss
and then the
happens,
boss started,
but
yeah.
no.
No, and then afterwards, it's not.
That being said, this fight, I was kind of not paying attention because I figured this was going to be a big baby thing.
It's not.
It is a big baby thing, but it's not
It's a real fight. Woof.
I was going to say, it's not a don't pay attention because it's a baby thing. It's like, it's not difficult, but if you're not paying attention, you're going to get slapped around.
Is this going to kill me even guarding?
Let's find out.
Hiya!
Whoa, almost.
I need my ATB gauge. I need my gauge. I need meter.
Dude, it's like Bloodborne. You got to be aggressive if you want to heal. There you go. Now you can do it. Yeah, I should have told you to heal up before the fight.
It's fine. I didn't think it's my own stupid ass
hubris.
fault.
Death Grip, just like my favorite band. It missed.
I know. I saw it coming and I got out of the way because I'm a strong gamer. Oh no!
Switch to Barrett and try to do something.
Some enemies will occasionally bind other party members with unblockable attacks. But I avoided it the first time. Your character is bound and unable to act. Quickly switch to it. Yeah, I know. I'm just saying that clearly means you can at least avoid them. So it's not like it's not like it's strictly scripted. I guess.
So yeah, whenever
it was pressure for 2 seconds and then it went away.
Yeah, I don't quite understand how it works. Uh-oh.
Yeah, just try me. Okay, he tried me. He tried me and it worked.
Yeah, no, playing as Barrett seems pretty straightforward. Like, he's probably going to be one of the ones that you only switch to
when you need to. That was what I was thinking as well. It's like, it really seems like he's more of a support character, and that you let the AI do the vast majority of the work.
Yeah. Yeah, it could be wrong.
However, I do want Cloud to go ahead and take advantage. Oh, his staggered meter's gone again. Crap. Oh well. Come on, you.
Well, he's still getting staggered. It's just the pressure, isn't it?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, well, sorry. Yeah, it would have been better if I could have done it while he was pressured, though. No. Leave me alone. I want to live. Oh, what am I? Oh, that was his guard. Crap. I was trying to sprint. I forgot that you don't sprint in combat.
No.
You need to be focused in
combat.
But
you do have all of your ATB.
Oh boy, you stop that.
Yeah, Barrett has one ability you haven't shown off yet that just gives you big defense. Steel Skin.
Might as well. I'm getting kind of low on health with him anyway.
Uh-oh.
Oh boy.
Uh-oh. Yeah, I'm not sure how you do it with Cloud. I don't know how you knock him out. I guess you just
I mean, it's the first boss. It's just enough damage, I'm sure. It's just landing. It's probably just landing.
It's like I tried doing that and it didn't.
Oh, his meter just went away because we're at the next phase of the fight.
Yeah. I forgot about that.
Look up in the top left-hand corner. You can see all that garbage.
It's
so much.
It's my favorite.
So much trash. Endless trash. Oh, what? Don't forget what? Heal?
No, I was gonna. Well, heal, yes, but I meant don't forget how to do the stuff in the video game that it taught you. Don't remember.
Don't remember. Just read. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
But when you pause and whatnot, it goes away. So when you could actually look into it.
Okay, I'm gonna trust that Barrett can take care of himself for a second there. And I'm gonna go around to the weak point that I already know about because I got my big gamer brain on.
Focus on that corner.
I actually kind of had a hard time hitting it.
Yeah, he doesn't. Cloud's having a hard time with it, but maybe it'll be easier in operator mode with his bigger, uglier swings.
Maybe.
Come on, you.
It's like I know I kept going under it and just bouncing off. Is he? Oh, he's death gripped again.
Okay, I don't. So I'm trying to turn the camera with. This is one thing that I dislike about that, which I will probably change this to be the D-pad in the future. Because if you try to just turn the camera, you change your lock on target.
Yeah, it's not the best.
So I think it probably does need to be on the D-pad. But it's nice that it at least gives you the option, because some games are not so courteous.
Whoa, block your stuff. Good job, Barrett.
Barrett was shooting him and none of those even hit me.
Yeah.
It's actually remarkably
Barrett in the original game got guns that weren't just machine guns, right?
He got well in combat, it's a turn-based, so
it's turn-based, but I'm saying it's like he got things that wasn't just an automatic gun.
Yes, no, he did get oh crap, the shield's still up. I thought it was down. My bad.
So I'm wondering maybe there'll be some gameplay changes where it's like you get like a railgun or a sniper. Or
I do know that he gets melee weapons. You remember how you used to you get like literally you get like ugly hook arms? Yeah, there's one of the recent trailers. He literally had that big ugly claw thing.
Good.
Give me another one. Oh, nope, never mind. Don't give me another one. I don't want to die.
Yeah, I ended up having to use a lot of potions in this fight.
Like, you don't have a cure spell right now. We don't have a healer. Probably not until Aerith. So
I feel like I'm gonna have I'm going to have the DMC mentality when playing this, where it's like, no, I can't use healing items, and I'll just end up dying for stupid reasons.
It's pressured, so I'm gonna hit him.
Oh, and that can't. I did notice that before when I was playing. Is sometimes like you'll be in the middle of an action and get
that's fine. It makes sense.
No, it does, but sometimes they don't do it. Sometimes games are just like, no, you go in regardless.
I need you to heal Barrett again, please. Yeah. He's got a lot. He's taking a beating here. Cloud.
That being said, I don't know if the item gets consumed or if
is his shield down yet or not? His shield is his shield's totally disabled. Okay.
Yeah, now it's just back to the regular fight. Whoa!
Get up, lazy bones. He's pressured. Hit him.
Very cool. Yeah.
Oh, no, hold on. I keep forgetting that I can also just do. Hold on.
And it's back. Yeah, that exactly what happened to you right there. Just hit
the leg. Okay, maybe I should. I guess I should prioritize blocking that instead of trying to dodge it, because it doesn't really seem like dodging it does very much at all. Seems like it has minimal impact.
Yeah, I was mostly using dodging to get places quicker and whatnot. Like if I was in range, I would just.
Yeah, definitely better to block that than it is to try and dodge it.
Which that's another mentality that I'll have to get used to. Is it's like I'm so much more used to dodging than blocking in games. I blame Dark Souls for that, but it's something that I had like. It was literally the middle of this fight, and I was like, "Oh, I'm getting my ass handed to me. I gotta put a stop."
I keep forgetting that I gotta be doing this, so that's fine. I'll figure this out.
Yeah, and see, and this is why the shortcuts are really good for this kind of game. It's like you don't want to be paused all the time. Well, most people don't want to be paused all the time.
Yeah.
Now this demo doesn't let you play out that special version of the game they were talking about, where it's like play it like.
I believe it does actually. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, no. There's normal, easy, and classic. And classic is exactly that mode. Yeah.
I probably want to play that on my own time.
I
need to. Because I feel like it would probably be awful.
Probably. I'm guessing that it's not particularly entertaining, but I'm guessing it's actually probably is pretty easy, because it means that the AI for the main characters is probably drastically improved, and they're just always doing exactly what they're supposed to in the standard combat. But I don't know. We don't know yet.
Yeah,
we'll find out. We'll find out when people. You can play it. I'm probably not going to. I'm probably gonna play this in normal mode a few more times, but I don't really have any interest in checking all that stuff out.
For me, it's just curiosity.
No, I understand. I mean, I'm curious too. I'm just not sure. I'm not sure I will personally put in the time to find out. I will be curious and find out.
Hey, I just noticed something cool about that attack that most games don't do, and they need to do.
What?
That was an AoE attack that showed a sphere like of electricity, whereas like this is where the hitbox is going to get to. God, I need to stop saying Dark Souls, but Dark Souls has this awful problem where bosses have this thing that we call wogs. That's Wrath of the Gods, which is a spell in the game, but enemies have wogs. It's just a big AoE attack, but it's always just a big burst, and it's so ambiguous to where it actually is going to hit.
Watch the tail. You don't want to be hit by that laser.
Whoa.
So, what do we do?
Don't get hit.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I was playing as Cloud, and I was like, why is the camera back here?
So yeah, during this part...
he turned outside of my control, and I walked Barrett into a wall.
So it's like you can't shoot above that barrier, I don't think.
No, you cannot.
But you can spend that time charging, which is what I usually do when I was playing as Barrett on this part of the fight. I was doing that because I wanted to get his limit break, and I never was able to.
Get out of here.
I'm surprised it hasn't given you a limit break tutorial yet.
I don't think I've gotten a single one yet.
No, you haven't.
My gauges are not filled.
They're not. I don't know exactly how you fill the gauges. It tells you it tells you in the tutorial, but I forgot. But I couldn't get it off with Barrett, so I don't know what his actually looks like in this game.
So much dialogue for being hurt, which I mean makes sense because you're gonna get hurt a lot. And you want to have like for me, I play games where I'm like, why do I ever hear the same line of dialogue for oh no I'm hurt a lot, or like things that happen a million times? There should be 200 lines of dialogue. What are you doing, Cloud?
Is he in operator mode or whatever?
I guess. Oh, crap.
Whoa!
Oops. Well, we got a limit break tutorial. You do not need to spend ATB charges to use these attacks. Get up, Barrett.
That could have been worse.
That could have been a lot worse, all things considered. Okay, he got one. We're about to see it.
Yeah,
Jelly.
I'll get to see it. Very cool. All right, what is yours?
It's probably gonna be big. No, fire in the hole. Shoot an orb of energy. Oh, that's Big Shot. It's Big Shot. Look, it's Big Shot. It's just not called that anymore. Because of course it's not called Big Shot. One of the first, well, no, not one of the first. One of the bosses that was shown in the demonstration that all the journos got to play and stuff is the fight against Abzu, which is the monster in the sewers underneath Don Corneo's place.
Yeah.
You won't remember this. In English, it was called Abs.
Was it?
Yes,
Abs?
it was called Abs.
Oh, that's great. Now we'll get to see Clouds soon.
He was. I don't think I've ever. Whenever I've been in operator mode, I've just been attacking. I think when he was moving that slow, I literally thought that something was wrong. I was so confused. Oh, got hit. That's fine. It's okay. I'll make up for it. Hold on, 1 second. Before I do that, I'm gonna go ahead and hit him with. It'd be nice if I could use that on him when he's fully staggered. That'd be good. And I got plenty of ATB right now, so I might as well try and get him staggered if we can, if at all possible.
It's tough too, though.
Patch yourself up.
I'm the one who needs to get patched up, not Barrett.
No, Cloud's talking to himself actually.
Oh, okay. Of course he is. Yeah, he doesn't care about Barrett.
What was that?
I don't know. Oh, you know what happened there? I got hit into the debris on the left.
Oh, okay.
So I got knocked back, and then the debris appeared.
I'm so glad that this debris conveniently drops down.
Don't overdo it.
Oh,
Perfect.
you did it.
And okay, now this won't. I doubt that this will kill him, but I mean, I don't know. Maybe it will. We will find out, won't we? Hit it.
I don't think it will, but it'll do big damage. Very cool.
Memorize the attack patterns.
Well, it was enough to get it to the last phase at least.
This is nuts. Now I know that Shinra's gonna is gonna intentionally, sabotage and destroy this place in a second. But is this just a part of its programming? What's happening right now?
No, dude. It's an intimidation.
It's an intimidation tactic. Yeah. When you're almost dead, just shoot bullets everywhere.
What was that hardline pose?
Yeah, the new proposed Air Force defense system for the United States. Just a ton of bullets.
It's down. Rain hell on it.
Rain hell. Well, it's pressured, but it's not. Oh, I guess that's just. Whoa! Now it is. Visually, this all looks good and it feels good.
Yeah.
I'm not just the graphics, obviously. I'm saying it's like the actual combat. Like you're watching the combat and you're like, oh,
Yeah.
this is neat. This looks good.
It's running properly. The particle effects, I was really concerned that it might have some of that amateurish look that you get with amateur. You know, like the most basic default looking particle effects of Unreal 4 that look exactly the same. And when I was seeing early footage of this, and also of KH3, and there were so many particle effects, I was like, is this gonna have that really bad amateur, Unreal 4 look to it? And for the most part, this looks pretty good.
Yes.
It's not too much. It's close. They found just the right amount for it to not be too much.
Look at all of that life.
Look at all those fireflies.
You hear that? Damn thing showed you how it's done.
Come on, we've got to move.
Be sure to go quickly. You've only got 20 minutes.
Let's look around for treasure.
But Jacob,
can I see the bomb? Yes, I can. I can see the bomb. I cannot see the timer on it though. It's too far away. I like that the I mean, I guess it's a simple thing, so of course it is. But the timer is the same style as it was in the original game. It's neat. You can see you can see the wireframe of all the electronics of where the other numbers will light up. We forgot to look and see if it was still there. Now the whole level's reloaded 3 times because we've been through 3 different variations of this room during that fight.
Listen,
and to be fair, those rooms loaded fast.
Yeah, they did.
They loaded during very brief cutscenes. Not to be fair, to point out, I guess. It's neat.
Yeah, they did a good job.
This is a completely separate version of this room, and we've gone through several of them during that fight. Wait, hold on. The boxes are back.
Oh, baby.
Gimme.
Mako Shard. I hope when we play this, like, various people just call it different things. It'll be Mako and Mako.
Yeah, every voice actor pronounces it differently.
Yeah. Or maybe just Barrett's voice actor does, and then eventually...
It's probably pronounced the way that it's pronounced.
I hope we're just... I don't know.
Anyway, no, the one thing I was going to say earlier is that talking about the footage that has come out of these, recent press people getting to play it.
Yes.
Is when, like I was saying, this is a spoiler for the first 5 minutes of the game, so I apologize, folks. Okay, I thought that was a glitch, that light freaking out over there on the right. No, just stop. Maybe it was. No. Maybe that is a glitch. Maybe that is a glitch. I thought maybe it was a light panel not working, but no, that's a glitch. That's a glitch. Anyway.
Well.
I mean, it doesn't matter. I thought maybe it was like flickering because I noticed that there were other light panels
glitches to have in your game, there are a gajillion worse ones. Oh! I love how it conveniently just lands on her leg.
But on the other hand, it's like in the original, it's like, oh, my leg got stuck. I love the big obvious indicator at the bottom of that ladder.
Yes. Cloud,
get up.
Come help me.
Help a girl out, would you?
Wow, you're so
I
strong.
love that she was actually crawling out of it before he actually had it lifted. She just wanted him to help.
Look after Jesse.
Come this way.
Okay.
We're not going to get a good look at it, but her weapon is literally a MAC-10 with a knife stapled onto the side of it.
Oh, is it?
Yes, really.
I looked at it and I was like, this kind of looks like a TMP, but I did not notice the knife.
It's a little submachine gun, and there's just a little dagger stuck on it. In the most useless possible position.
Listen.
It's not like a forward-facing bayonet. It's like, I guess it's not that useless. It's like if she clubbed someone over the head with it, she would stab straight into their shoulder blade or their skull. So it's not the worst position
Listen,
for it to
though,
be in,
Barrett
actually.
has a gun and Cloud has a sword. Why not both?
Why not both? It's the best of both worlds. It's almost too easy. There's a bunch of boxes down there. Oh no, those are the boxes I already destroyed. We're good. All right.
Yeah, there is a part of the level that I could be wrong, but there is a part of the level that I think we can't get to yet, just because it's like you can't do it in the tutorial.
No, I think that the ladder that they told us not to go down was the ladder we just went down a second ago, because it was off where she was standing.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, because remember she went off to the left after we went down the initial ladder, and that's where she was when the rock fell on her. So I think what we're doing right now is what was blocked from us a moment ago.
Hopefully, there's not too much in the game of hey, no, turn around, don't go that way, because nobody likes that in games.
Have it your way.
I love that little argument there when shut up and focus. It helps me when I talk. So whatever, just go, I guess. But anyway, what I was gonna say is minor spoilers for the first 5 minutes of the full game. When she asks, "Hey, so what exactly is your history with Tifa?" Right? Brian, what's the history of Cinco de Mayo? It cuts to a very, very brief flashback to Nibelheim, right?
Yes.
And it's literally nothing. It's a first-person perspective of Cloud, and he's walking through town, and he sees little kid Tifa, like hanging out with some friends or whatever, right? Some other kids.
Yeah.
It's very brief. It's nothing, and maybe it's not. Maybe he doesn't even play at that part of the game in the final game. Who knows? I don't know, right? The important thing, the reason that I bring this up, is because they show. When he's walking, the little shots of him like kind of looking around Nibelheim, the whole town's there. It's all modeled. It's all finished.
Huh.
And previously in trailers we had seen the scene of him like the night before he leaves town when he's on the water tower talking with Tifa, with that flashback.
Yeah.
But that was like as it was shot in the trailer was like you see the stars and then it pans down, right? And you see like the rooftops and the water tower and the mountains in the distance and the stars, and that's it, right? So the town could have very well not been finished. Town's finished. Town is rendered in a ridiculous amount of detail, okay? And I can see more buildings that are not like part of the layout of the original game. Okay. Like the layout of the original game is there, but there's
more now.
Okay, so for a long time I've been saying that I think the way to conclude this game, right, instead of, because everybody's saying this, it's going to cover the Midgar section, right?
Yes.
But the original ending of this game, with being on the, again, not to get into too much detail in case you happen to be watching this, you know, on FF7 spoilers, so don't worry too much. The original ending of you know, getting out of Midgar is a big deal because you're like, oh wow, now I get to go explore the rest of the game. How much more is there out there? This was just one location, right?
Yeah.
In this game, it's like, it's the ending. You know, if the game ends with you leaving Midgar, that's kind of
anticlimactic.
Kind of an anticlimactic ending. If you're like, I want to go do this, and I gotta wait 5 years.
Yeah.
So I've been saying for forever, the real dramatic hook of the rest of the game is Cloud's flashback when they go to Calm, right, where he describes the Nibelheim incident. The whole town is already rendered and on this disc. Game's gonna end with a flashback.
Yeah.
They're gonna go to Calm, they're gonna end with the flashback, and that's gonna be, because you don't need just, you don't want, because the gameplay hook no longer exists, so you need the emotional hook. Now, they've already said that they're gonna show that, like, there's gonna be more, oh,
What the?
I've been bound.
Oh, I see.
No, what are you, Barrett, Barrett, what are you shooting at?
Yeah.
Nothing, he shot at nothing. We better, oh, Cloud's dead. No, he's not, 18 health.
Whoa,
he
baby.
lived, baby.
I don't even know if there are more encounters, but yeah, to heal up.
I'm not taking any chances.
This is a minor thing, and I'm not gonna say which cutscene, but right in the cutscene before this, Barrett shot somebody in the head and it killed them, which leads me to believe, I wonder how they're. So in the original FF7, there's one or two cutscenes that kind of indicate that for some reasons in this world, guns don't do as much damage to you as they do in the real world.
Yeah.
There's one cutscene where a certain person gets shot in the chest like 30 times.
And they just kind of live with it.
They kind of live with it. But it's multiple times. It's not all at once. It's like, oh, that hurt. The guy's taunting.
Multiple machine gun volleys are fired into the man's chest, and he just doesn't give a crap.
And
so it's like he's taking gameplay damage.
So I want to know how that's, if anything like that's going to get addressed.
Who knows?
I'm curious to see what that cutscene is going to, because that cutscene's going to be in there. I just want to know what's happening. Maybe they're just gonna shoot his arms and stuff and legs, but like, I don't know. That's something like it didn't catch when I was playing this the first time, is that, because that's something that always stuck with me for no real reason. It's not a problem with the game, but it's funny because you're like, oh, because it's like the first volley happens, it's like, oh, are they gonna
kill this character off in this cutscene? And then he fires again, and then it keeps firing.
It's great.
Oh, hey, there's a shock trooper, one of the weird frog men that doesn't make any sense, but that's okay.
It's fine. Hey, you can now test the melee thing with Cloud. Something I did.
You're right.
Something I did.
You are correct. Hold on. Hey you. Hey you. Fight. Come and fight me. Oh, he dodged those shots. Oh yeah, there you go.
That actually is probably the way to deal with these guys.
This is I mean, I'm still taking damage, to be clear, but that's essentially just, I mean, that's just a hard counter for any melee character who doesn't. There's gonna be people who can break Cloud's guard.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's gonna be characters and attacks who can break Cloud's guard.
Absolutely.
And that will be solved by, oh no, what character? Switch to Tifa. Switch to Tifa because her guard is a parry.
Yeah.
Or something like that, probably.
Yeah, when I was playing, and it's like, wow, these guys just keep dodging. What do we do? What's the tech? Oh, that's the tech. Cool.
All right. Operator mode. Here we go.
Come on. Do it. Come on.
Come on, kill me.
Do it.
Do it now. But no, I was talking about the voice actors earlier, and I gotta tell you.
Whoa!
Oh, he's about to. Oh no, I thought he was gonna jump up there and and Dante me. That was gonna be.
That's the next. That's the upgrade of these enemies.
There will be more versions of them.
These guys are very strange.
They are. They were strange in the original, and they're being faithful to the designs. That's what's nice. Is they're keeping all these wacky, insane things that make absolutely no sense.
But it's fine.
But it's fine, because it's a part of what made the world weird and interesting, and people were into it. So keep it. It's very cool. These sentries just need to go away.
Yes.
They need to be gone. I need to get them out of my face. But no, I was gonna say voice acting. I really am quite fond of everything that I've heard so far from pretty much the entire cast. Especially just, again, when I was watching some of the, I think, again, it was specifically, I think, the Eurogamer footage. Maybe it wasn't their video, maybe it was another video. But there was just a particular line, and I was like, oh, Tifa. Oh, this is Tifa. This is what I've wanted. This is exactly what I've always wanted Tifa to sound like. I don't know what it is. It's hard to explain.
I was really hoping to get to play as her in demo, but I knew we weren't going to be able to. But it's just because everything I've seen, it's like, I like punchy characters in games. They're very fun to play.
Okay, this is one of my favorite little character moments coming up here. non-verbal characterization is always nice, and we don't always get a ton of it in games like this in particular.
Yes.
JRPGs tend to be very wordy. There's a very nice moment coming. I guess we're going to see this first, I guess. There's a very nice moment coming up with Cloud and Barrett in the elevator that I was really impressed with the first time I watched this demo.
Sure.
Yeah, here we go. Jim Sterling was expressing some concern that I kind of understand, which is Heidegger's characterization. Because Heidegger, for those who don't remember, is kind of like a clown. Pretty much all the Shinra employees that aren't Rufus are clowns. Rufus and the president are clowns. Even though Scarlet is like a sociopath, she's still a clown.
Yes.
And I don't know how much of that was, okay, this is the moment. I just really appreciate this. Coming up here in a second.
Come on.
The only thing if I was directing that scene, the only thing I would have done differently is I would have had Barrett mash the up button a couple of times.
Yeah.
But I absolutely love it because also I'm Cloud there. For me, it's like I can't make this elevator move any faster. I don't care how stressful the situation is. This is a moment for me to get my head straight. It reminds me of the only good scene of the Phantom Menace.
And there she goes again.
Jesse, stop letting things fall on you.
If I couldn't, believe me, you'd be the first to know.
It's also a good line. But it reminds me of the only good scene in the Phantom Menace, which is when they're during the Darth Maul fight, when the energy shields go up.
Yeah.
And Darth Maul's like prowling, and Qui-Gon's like, oh good, whew, I needed a break. Sits down and meditates, and Obi-Wan's just kind of freaked out in the back. It's the most characterization that any of those people get, and though I have not read the script for the Phantom Menace, I'm willing to bet it was not in the script, and it was something that the actors and the stunt guys figured out on set.
That looks good.
He looks quite good, and boy oh boy, is it a lot of damage.
That's a lot of damage.
That is one of the there's a lot of things in this world that can be fixed by Flex Seal.
Not that.
I don't believe we can fix that with Flex Seal. Now, Flex Paste.
Oh, now you're talking.
Different game entirely. That's a different ball game, boys and girls. A little preview of upcoming events.
So yeah, this cutscene's shortened, right? If you do the 30 minutes.
Is it?
Somebody told me that.
That's ridiculous. They give you a better reward if you do it in 20.
Well,
that's maybe, I don't know.
That's what I was told.
Maybe, who knows? But yeah, so Shinra blew up the reactor. Not our characters. Which honestly, I mean, I don't know. Maybe people will be upset with that. They'll be upset about mitigating the involvement of our characters in a terrorist attack and civilian casualties or whatever. But it's like if we're attempting to render this game in a little bit more detail and take it a bit more seriously, it makes sense to. The important thing is that the characters believe that they did that.
Yes.
Our characters will 100% believe that they're completely responsible for that, and then we get to see how they react to that, which is dramatic. We get to see them be surprised by if that wasn't their intent, how do they feel about what's happened now? Could be interesting. I don't want to sound like I'm sitting here praising this game that doesn't exist and I haven't played yet.
There he is.
Oh, he's so spooky.
Who is that guy?
Sobishi.
Is that the guy from Kingdom Hearts?
Yeah, I remember him. I fought him in... Wait.
He was really hard.
He was really hard. I remember.
Which one do you want to buy?
Neither. Pre-ordering's a scam!
But Jacob, what if the digital market runs out of copies?
Let's see. In our immediate vicinity, there's at least one mom and pop video game store that I know of. We also got 2 GameStops.
I got 3 GameStops.
3 GameStop. I'm like in my immediate vicinity. If we cast the net farther afield, there's like 4 or 5 GameStops in the area.
There's that.
6 Walmarts.
Yep.
3 Targets. I can find a copy of Final Fantasy VII.
I'm sure like a Foodland
has a copy of Final Fantasy VII in it. Somewhere. I'm sure we could find one if we needed one.
Eventually 5 Below, maybe. I don't know.
Who knows? Anyway, so we had originally been talking about when this game was coming out a little bit sooner. Our plan had actually been when my brother Joshua was back in town for spring break. We were going to stream playing the game. We wouldn't do a full playthrough, but you and I and Joshua would, stream a little bit of it, have a good time. Now, of course, game is not coming out until later on, so we don't know what our plans are. Joey and I have talked about potentially. there are no plans for us to do a full LP of this, but we've certainly talked about at least, maybe doing a couple of streams of it, checking it out, So,
yeah.
But I think this is something I'd probably rather play on my own time and experience for the first time, not in an LP format. Plus, we got other stuff already in the works, folks. By the time that an FF7 LP would be shot and edited,
you might be dead.
You might be dead. No, I just meant that we got a bunch of other things that are going to come out first anyway, and other things we're already in the process of shooting. So, but we'll definitely, we'll be around.
Hopefully,
you'll see us do a little bit of this, I'm sure, at some point after the game comes out. But thanks for tuning in, folks. That was a fun little demo. It's a game appears to be functional.
The demo is functional. Gameplay feels fine. This looks like it's going to be a video game.
Ending will probably be calm, which is a good thing. The flashback, the Nibelheim flashback, and going to calm.
Hopefully.
Because, otherwise the final boss of the game is going to be against the robot that chases you during the motorcycle chase.
Yeah.
Now the final boss fight of the game can be, again, not to get into any kind of spoilers or whatever, but, obviously it can't be the final boss fight of the first game can't be against Sephiroth or whatever. But, in the original, it doesn't, the Nibelheim flashback...
100% it and you unlock a mind Sephiroth fight.
There'll probably be a fight against the weirdo beast monsters that are inside of the reactor in Nibelheim or something like that, or who knows? Maybe there won't even be a final boss fight. Games don't always have to have final boss fights.
No.
And of course the whole the flashback, there's a little bit of anticlimax because when he gets to the fight, that's where the flashback ends. Mm-hmm. So who knows? Who knows how they'll handle it? Maybe I'm totally wrong. Maybe they just went ahead and maybe there's gonna be a ton of Nibelheim flashbacks, so they needed the whole town to exist. But to me, I'm like, when I looked at that, I was like, this is an absurd amount of detail. This is gonna be in gameplay, and
listen,
it makes
all we
it's
can
logical.
do is sit here and wait, and we'll see.
It makes logical sense to me to have the game kind of conclude there. But anyway, thanks for coming out. Hope you enjoyed it, like I was saying before. See you next time. Hopefully I'm going to get this video out in a timely manner, in which case Kingdom Hearts 3 is coming back on the 13th, I believe. The Friday. Hopefully, if this comes out on time, the Friday immediately following this video. If not, Kingdom Hearts 3 is already out, and you're watching this at some point after that, because I got busy with something else. So, if that's the case, then I don't need to tell you when Kingdom Hearts 3 is coming back, because it already is! Time is convoluted.